Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I just decided to start doing another video. Um, but today I'm going to be doing 10 things that I wish I knew before becoming a mom. These things before I became a mom, I didn't really think was a big deal, but honestly, it really is a big deal. Everything I'm getting ready to say is true. I never thought in my life it would be true. But the first one is the labor and delivery. It never goes as you plan. It never goes as you think it will. It never will be anywhere near the way you think it will be. You know, some people, they'll have their babies easy. Some people have them hard. I was one that had a very, very hard delivery. I was in labor for 27 hours, and I never dreamed of being in labor that long. I didn't think it would take that long. I was not prepared for how you, no matter how many videos you watch on YouTube, no matter how many people you talk to, you will not be mentally prepared for what you have to go through when you do delivery. It is something you will never forget. That's the truth. The next thing is how tired and exhausted you are when you become a mom. The first few weeks of a child's life is exhausting. It is. A newborn that wakes up every 2 hours, sometimes an hour and a half for a bottle, and you got to get up. And sometimes some people have to heat their bottles. For me, for instance, I had to heat my baby's bottles. I have to get up and you have to heat their bottles and you have to sit there, and sometimes I would just doze off and I would have to wake myself back up. And I was so exhausted. I was up day and night. And the first few days that I brought him home, I was like, I slept with one eye open when I should. I just did not go to sleep. I was scared to death. I was scared out of my mind. And so, I mean, it's exhausting. It's still exhausting right now. And he's almost 10 months old, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was when he was a newborn. How terrifying being a mom is. It's terrifying. I mean, you have this little human that you have to take care of, and you have to make sure that, he has everything he needs, and you get scared to death because you're afraid that you won't make the right decision for that child, or you won't do something right, or you might get it sick by accident. And when you're a first time mom, you don't really know, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, you don't, but I always go to people for advice, and they help me out. And if it wasn't for people giving me advice, I wouldn't be where I'm at. But the it's so terrifying because you have this little human that you have to take care of. And I mean, all you think in your head is, what if I do something wrong, or what if I don't watch him enough, or what if this, or what if that, but once you get adjusted to it after a few months, it's not that bad anymore. It's not that terrifying. The only thing that's really terrifying when it gets older is the decisions and the way that you teach them to go in life. And that's something that scares me to death is, my child is getting to the point where he's getting ready to walk, and, he's taking in everything everyone says. And I mean, if a child goes by the way the parents raised him, and I want to raise my kid the best way I can, and I'm terrified I'm not going to raise him the right way, but I'm definitely going to do my best to raise him the best way I know how. Your baby will not use 79% of the stuff that you buy, or they just will not dislike. They'll just dislike it. I bought so much stuff when I was pregnant, so much, and he has not used half of it. Some of it he didn't like. Some of it he's not even. I bought diapers on top of diapers, and he couldn't use half of them. He was allergic to them. Toys he didn't like. I bought a swing, and he didn't even like it. I bought him a big bunch of different stuff that I thought that every baby would like. No, just because one baby likes it, not the other one's gonna like it. I've learned that. But he liked some of the stuff. His favorite is probably, when he was a newborn, his favorite was probably, I don't really know. He just he liked his playpen. He loved his playpen. That was a definite love that. And he loved his mobile. And he just loved like little stuffed animals. He loved stuffed animals. But that was really all he liked when he was a newborn. When he got older, He liked his bouncer and he liked his walker. That's his most favorite ones. He never liked to swing hardly. He never liked anything like that. He most of the time wanted to be held all the time. How much your life changes physically and mentally. I am not the same person that I was when I had him. Before I had him, I am nowhere near the same person that I was. He just changed me physically and mentally and emotionally. I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm just this type that's like, I'm hovering and physically I'm just so protective over him, and I care so much more about things, and I see life in so many different ways now, and it takes you a while to get to yourself and realize what's going on. And I've never been the same back since, when I had him. I've not come back to myself, and I don't really think I ever will. But, that's life. Your baby won't always be born healthy. I've learned that. I went in and I thought that my baby was going to come out healthy as could be, and he came out not healthy. He had a oxythorax and had to be shipped out to a bigger hospital, and he was pretty sick at the beginning of it, but he stayed in the NICU for a week and got better. It did, but that's the most scariest thing you ever have to experience in your life, is when someone comes and tells you that your child's going to have to be shipped out to a bigger hospital because this and this can happen. It's a scary thing. Don't ever think that when you go in and have a baby that everything's going to come out perfect. He's going to come out, or she's going to come out healthy, and because most babies do, but some babies they don't come out born healthy. They have something wrong, or but I'm just thankful that my baby came out okay, after he went to a bigger hospital and got what the treatments that he needed. He got better. If your friends don't have babies, they don't understand. Yeah, I had many friends before I got pregnant, and none of them have babies now. And you come up to them and you're like, well, this and this happened to him and all this stuff, and they're like, huh? Like, they don't know what you're talking about. They're like, okay, and they think everything about the baby is on camera shut off. But as I was saying, if it's a big deal to you, it's not a big deal to them. That's just how it is. And they just think the big major stuff that's so bad to you, and they're like, oh, well, that's not that bad, That really it is. And you and your friends will never be the same. Once you have a baby, because they don't understand the reason why you can't hang out every weekend, or the reason why you can't do this or this every weekend, and everything. They don't understand that. True friends do. They understand that. They're there right beside you, but friends that you've had and you hung out with all the time, they don't understand, how expensive most baby stuff is. Baby stuff is pretty expensive. Brantley's milk is $50 a can, and it's ridiculous. His stuff that he needs, I was out like $200 and $300 a month on the stuff that he needed, because he was very sensitive to stuff. He was very sensitive with diapers and wipes and stuff. He was very sensitive to stuff like that, and I had to end up, I was out a lot more than what normal, because I had to order stuff offline and stuff. But it gets better the older they get. I've learned that it's not as bad anymore. But when he was a newborn, it was $200 and $300 a month, and that's something for me. I'm not used to having to spend that, and so that's been supporting them is something that I really needed to think about, and I wish I knew that before. How scary acid reflux it really is. My son had extremely bad acid reflux. Extremely bad. He Like, he's aspirated on me and everything. Like, it got so bad. And normally people don't think acid reflux is that bad. People think, oh, well, it's not that bad. Every baby has acid reflux. Yeah, I agree, they do. But some is more worse than others, And if you want to hear the story of his acid reflux journey, comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever. And I'll tell you my labor delivery story, and I'll do my story on my acid reflux, him with acid reflux when he was a baby. But it's a very scary thing, and people really need to start taking it seriously. I mean, and doctors don't even take it serious anymore. I mean, but it's something serious. How scary decisions about life become. I mean, you have to make decisions for your baby and for you, and you have to make the right decisions, or you're going to affect that baby for the rest of your life. And you're sitting here and you're in this situation, and you're like, well, if I do this and if it affects him or this, you have to make the right decision. You have to think twice before you do something, or it can affect your baby for the rest of your life. And that's just something I wouldn't want to do to mine. And I mean, his decisions are just scary when you're a mom. A mom, I love being a mom. I love it. I mean, I wouldn't take it for anything. I've stood by him since he's been born. I love him more than anything in this world, but it's a very scary thing and a very unpreparable thing to be prepared. I mean, you're never prepared enough for it. You think you know everything, but you don't. You learn as you go, and you learn new stuff every single day, and you realize how much that baby loves you, and how much he actually cares for you. It's so amazing. I love it, and it's just an amazing experience for someone to experience. And everybody needs to experience being a mom. I love it. But that is all I have for y'all today. If you all want, like I said, if y'all want to hear my labor and delivery story and hear Brentley's experience with acid reflux, just leave a comment down below and subscribe and like this video, and I will do both of them and have them up for you guys. Just let me know if y'all want to see those. They're pretty interesting. As you've seen, I was in labor for 27 hours, so yeah. But I hope this helps anyone that's pregnant or someone that's become a new mom or getting ready to become a mom. I hope this gives you advice about how it's really going to be, because before you have them, you really don't know how it's going to be until it hits you, smacks you in the face. That's how it was. But I hope y'all really enjoyed this. But give me a like and a subscribe and comment down below if y'all want to see those videos. Thank y'all.